Good evening, and tonight we're talking to Are You Haunted? How you doing, everyone?
Hiya.
Hello.
Tonight we're thinking to Are You Haunted?
Oh, I don't know.
That'd have been interesting.
It's gone a bit mad already, hasn't it? To be quite fair. Sort of welcome. We've got Nigel Porter, hi from the North Pole. We've got Wayne Morris, Kerry Arnold, Carl Ashton. Had a lovely birthday, James J. Manton. Welcome, everybody. If you've got any questions, if you add them to the chat. So I've spoken to you all before. So if anybody has, didn't watch previous shows or doesn't know much about yourselves, do you want to sort of do a quick introduction, starting off with Dale, please?
I'll be here all night now. I'll be here all night.
No, start with someone else. No.
I did say a short one. All right, start with someone else. Ben.
Go to my dad. It's his show. I don't know.
Okay, that's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Wyman. I'm part of the Are You Haunted team. Some of you may remember me from a show that used to be on TV called Most Haunted, and before that, Screen Team. And now I'm with this bunch of maniacs working on Are You Haunted. Over to Jane.
Hi, I'm Jane. I'm also part of the Are You Haunted team. Been a paranormal investigator for many years, originally with Sarah, and now I'm teaming up with this set of mates.
Oh, is it my go?
Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Wyman. I've been investigating since about 2003, something like that, along with Jane. I met my husband Phil in 2007, and we together run a paranormal events company for many years, and then off the back of that we decided to create our own show, which is Are You Haunted?
Okay. Did you ran your own public events?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what sort of locations did you do? Did you do the local ones, or did you travel?
No travel. We literally went from Aberdeen to Portsmouth.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. Let's see, Aberdeen, we did Leith Hall. Portsmouth, we did Fort Widley. Just about everywhere in between. All the sort of big names, like Woodchester, Ramin, Galleries of Justice.
I was there on Friday.
All the big ones we've done. Lots of little ones in between as well. And I think that's probably a lot why we kind of, with Are You Haunted, we tend to do the more unknown ones, because we feel like the bigger ones have been busy and done a lot now. So we wanted to bring something different.
Yeah. It's a great show. So you're about to go on to series 4.
Yeah.
And you're currently you're working on that as we speak, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Trying to get it edited as fast as we can. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy busy at the moment.
How long does it take roughly to edit an episode?
Oh my God. There's an average of about 37 hours of footage per episode with all the cameras. So I mean, once Sarah's done her bit, she kind of picks out the select cuts, as it were, and then she hands it over to me to put it all together and make it look nice and neat, and put the effects on it and everything, and make sure that everybody can hear the audio bits that need to be heard.
Yeah.
And it can take about. If I worked at it kind of solid without doing my full-time job, I could probably get an episode edited in a week.
Wow.
but we obviously work between all that, so it can be a bit longer obviously than that. So
Well, yeah, that's right, because
Yeah.
it is difficult to get it right, isn't it?
yeah, it is, and we've only just finished filming. To be fair, we've had a few kind of setbacks, and it's put us back a little bit. And we only just finished filming about a month ago, was it, Sarah? Probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, something like that.
So,
Well, but you still enjoy it, and have you been to some great locations this time?
We have.
Yeah,
We have. I know what you're going to ask, and I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to ask because I know you're not going to tell me. I've tried it before; it didn't work. that was the slip up on my part. But yeah,
No, we've done some great places, and we've had some great times there as well.
yeah.
We literally can't wait to show it. It's just, But the thing is that we've done differently as well is what we'd normally do is we would film an episode, edit the episode, and then we'd put it out. And then we'd film the next one and edit and put it out. But with this one, what we're doing is because it's going all at once onto Pluto TV, we're doing the full 10 episodes in one go. So that's the reason that it's taking so long to do it. Normally we'd sort of drip feed it through, but we're not. We're just going to do the whole season. So 10 episodes, which are a good sort of hour long.
Yeah.
Episodes. So there's lots of when it does drop, then there'll be lots for people to watch.
Yeah,
That's brilliant. Yeah. Or if not, just catch up on them. They're on YouTube, aren't they? And they're also on Pluto TV.
That's right.
And you've moved over from Amazon Prime to Pluto TV.
Yeah. We moved over a while back. To be fair, Pluto kind of got in touch with us and said, "Would you consider that in as broadcast the series?" And we were like, "Yeah, that's cool." So,
Brilliant. Yeah. And it's a channel which we can watch for free as well.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, series 4 that we're just editing at the moment is going straight to Pluto TV. As Sarah said, we're going to be uploading the 10 episodes. They're going to be showing the 10 episodes, and they've got we're giving them a 3-month exclusive showing before we put anything on YouTube. But the thing about that is, just like YouTube, Pluto TV is free. You can download it on your phone, download it on your smart TV, download it on your iPad, your laptop, whatever. And it's free to download. It's free to watch. There's no charge for us watching our show. So
yeah, with the prices of everything now, it is great to watch something subscription free, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing about Amazon. They start charging.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether or not you were signed up to Amazon Prime, you still had to charge for the episode, which is not something that we implemented. It was something that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it kind of worked out well for us with Pluto.
Yeah, all our series episodes were free on Amazon Prime, and then they brought an instigated something where that you had to basically charge per episode to stay on Amazon Prime, and we thought we don't really want to do that. So
no.
Yeah.
No, I sort of got conned into Amazon Prime because you buy something off Amazon, you don't realise you sort of enter into a subscription.
Yeah, you
and
can do.
And it's lucky that I sort of do use Amazon now because of lockdown. And I do a lot of shopping on that, and because of that I do end up with that channel. But yeah, to pay then again, nah, don't do that. Can't be bothered with it. You just pay enough subscriptions here, there and everywhere, don't you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, all credit to you for sort of doing that and keeping it free. We've got Neil. Are You Haunted recommended? Yeah. So Neil's actually running the Parameet next year, and you're going to be speakers as well, aren't you?
Yeah, God help you all.
I'll tell you what, they'll be absolutely cool because I met them on Friday the 13th at Tutbury. You were brilliant there. You really were. And, that's where I met you. And that's how I sort of got to interview you again. But,
yeah. The thing to watch out for is Dale. If he's actually going, he just doesn't shut up.
Spoken a word tonight.
You nearly didn't speak then because you were just...
I'm flabbergasted. That's all.
Your gas has been flabbered, mate. That's what it is. Where's my flabber's been gasted?
Oh, God. And I must say that Dale's currently doing this broadcast from work.
I'm sat book in Leeds Skelton Lake Services. If anybody wants to come and see me, keep me company. I'm in Leeds Skelton Lake Services.
Just knock on the window and frighten him. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Don't. So I'm sat in my truck for the night.
Yeah, that's so cool. And Ben's actually joined us from uni. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. Just sat at home at the moment.
You look
Quite
knackered.
like Dale. Do I?
Yeah.
Should do.
What?
So, Jane, you've just done a massive event for charity.
I have, yeah.
Well done, you.
Thank you. I've just got out of Iceland in time before the national emergency, and it's where I was as well, so that was lucky.
Yeah, it's just amazing what you did. So, how many miles did you walk? What were the details of it?
Well, we didn't have a set number of miles to do.
Right.
It was more about the type of landscape that we were walking over to the point where we had an Icelandic guide, and we had to sort of make it up as we went along, because as the weather was turning, we'd have to ditch what we were doing. We just pull out Garmin and say, right, head up that way, and there'd be no path or anything. So we'd like climb a mountain via no path and come down the other side, and we'd be working our way down fences and everything, like cover as much ground as we could in a day. So miles wise, it wasn't that intense, but we did a lot of up and down, and everybody did really well. It was great.
Yeah, it's like, you get temperature there as well, don't you? And you're sort of totally out in the wilderness. And
Yeah. It's just a big volcanic crater with mountains around the edge. It's a bonkers place. Bonkers.
you're sort of fighting against nature as well, aren't you? Really?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Totally different from most people's experiences.
Yeah, like a challenge.
Massive
You can imagine.
one, isn't
You
it?
can imagine her surprise though when she actually realised it was going to the country and not the shop.
It's not the first one I've done, so I like to do one. I'm hoping to get the rest of the guys onto the next one with me, so we shall see.
Yeah,
Oh wow! Really?
that would be cool.
Wow, that'd be incredible. But yeah, we did get a joke from Elliot here. That James all nice to meet. There you go.
Nice one, Elliot.
It's just an incredible thing to do, and we've done it for charity. And we've got Nat Lawrence. She's in the nunnery watching at the moment.
Hey,
so
Nat, how you doing?
it's a place that I hope to go to very soon. I've just been watching your footage of the George Jarvis School as well. That looks incredible. That's your second visit there. So
That's
yeah.
another one that Nat has brilliant locations. Brilliant locations.
She's got some great locations, and I'm going to nunnery, and I can't wait for that one.
Great place.
That is a big place, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Have you been to the George Jarvis, Jacqueline?
No, I kind of
you need to go.
because I've got a dog. I can only travel like an hour away,
Mm.
and I'm pushing it to go to nunnery because I can't drive much more than an hour, so I tend to stay over for anything other than that. But
Yeah, we're the same. Yeah,
so I'm just too old to drive now. Well,
I know.
If I've got a full day of work, so I start work at 8, finish at 4, and then you drive into whatever and drive back. It's there, isn't it?
Mm.
It's not easy. And I'm getting old. It's my birthday yesterday. I'm really old. I don't know how I got here,
How old were you yesterday then? 22, 23, something like that.
Yeah. You're being rude there. I'm 21,
Oh, sorry.
But I don't know where the years go. It's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit like Dale with his hair. He ain't got a clue where that goes.
Well, yeah, we had a discussion about Dale's hair.
We did.
You keep it short, don't you?
I wanted it like Sarah's, but it's too much to manage in the morning.
He's auditioning for Kojak.
Oh, Wayne. Got Wayne
Love you,
watching
baby.
that. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the questions.
Evening, Wayne.
So
Hey, Wayne.
I've invited people to sort of ask questions. So we did get an interesting one for Phil from Mark Warbank. I'm not sure if Mark Warbank from New Zealand, haunted Auckland, wants to know how you stay so toned and trim and what your secret is, Phil.
My secret is eating the correct food, which is obviously chocolate, and you know, a healthy breakfast, which is like bacon, eggs, and sausage and beans.
Now that is a healthy breakfast. It's a good start to a day.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's just right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I do it. And obviously, I run 16 million miles a day and do 7,000 press ups and sit ups.
Oh dear. Then you have to have another breakfast to recover.
I need to have a defibrillator to recover.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, English breakfast, full English breakfast with a side open of defibrillator. Thanks very much.
Oh gosh, yeah, and chips.
Chips, yeah.
Shit,
That's how I do it, Mark. If you want the recipes for any of my healthy snacks, just give us a shout.
His fitness plan.
Oh, blimey. So, want to thank the whole team for a great show. Looking forward to series 4. Would like to know if you guys are still on the fence, or are you convinced that paranormal activity exists?
Ooh.
So, we'll start with Dale first, then.
I try and stay on the fence. We're all of us are skeptics, but there are so many things that we've seen, heard, experienced that we can't explain. It's hard not to believe, but as I say, I still do try and stay on the fence. We always try and debunk stuff. We don't want to automatically say, yeah, it's a ghost or whatever. So yeah, we do try and be sensible about it.
Yeah, get you. And what about you, Ben?
It's one of them things where every time we go to a new location, we always try to immediately be on the fence, and we like try to give everything the benefit of the doubt. And then obviously sometimes it stays quiet, then other times it gets a lot more progressive, and you kind of have to start believing. And I think the amount of times we've actually come away from locations like flabbergasted and like it's shocked, I think it's hard to stay on the fence entirely at this point.
Yeah. But you pick up things more mediumistically as well, don't you? You pick up more on energies and things.
Sometimes, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm a medium. I'd say I don't know, I can be sensitive to to the room.
Yeah.
He's got good hearing as well.
Definitely.
You've got good hearing.
That probably plays a big part in it as well. I mean, Jane can't hear anything, so
We'll see.
We'll see anything.
I had that discussion actually the other day. Yeah. What about you, Phil?
Yeah, I'm still on the fence with it. There's stuff that happens, and I'll go, "Well, that was interesting," and then the next week, I'll be like talking myself out of what happened, just trying to work it over my mind. Can I just say to Wayne Morris?
Apologies, by the way. That's one of my dogs.
That's not what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, I hope you're doing well, and hope you're keeping well. And there's my picture there, Wayne. Thank you very much.
Oh, bless you.
Sarah, what's your feelings on it?
I think pretty much what everybody said. I just really want to echo what everybody else has said. I think we all kind of go in there and you go in with an open mind, but it's like Ben said, sometimes you'll go and it's really quiet. And I think we talked about George Jarvis before, and we went there for the first time. And obviously you go to this place and you look at it from the outside, and it's this big sort of Gothic looking building, and you think, oh my God, this is going to be absolutely terrifying. And the first time that we went, we did get a little bits and pieces and stuff, but it wasn't like major activity. So that says to us, you've had a quiet night, and this school's got so much more. This, you know, I know that it can give you better results than what you've got this time. So we said, okay, then we're going to go back. We're going to go back to it. And my goodness, the next time that we went, and as I said, that you watched that episode, it was absolutely crackers. How can you say that there's nothing there when we had, literally, me and Jane, we heard like footsteps literally right in the room in front of us.
Yeah.
And they were like little sort of paddy footsteps, and there was just so much stuff going on there. It was just crackers.
It was
I
bonkers.
don't keep going back to that place, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think you do find a place that, you know, sometimes you just got to keep going back. It's like the National Justice Museum. Like 4 or 5 hours is not enough. You know.
Yeah, I love it there. One of my favourite places.
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is incredible. We didn't even touch the surface the other night. No. But Jane, what about you then?
Do it.
What about now?
Still skeptic.
It's such a vast building.
Oh.
There's so much to it. You can't do it in one night, really, very easily.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, so that happens with so many
Jane,
places.
you've got a ghost.
Yes, it's got very small legs and growly voice.
Is it Gimli from Lord of the Rings?
Similar. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. So we've got a question then from Nat. What's your favourite meal before an investigation?
Oh,
Gosh.
usually just like if there's a Mackey's nearby, it's usually that, because we don't have time for anything else. It literally is when we're
I think we
filming.
had that at the church, at the nunnery, didn't we?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because we got one for Mark. I think. Mark.
I think it's more the convenience than anything.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah,
tend to.
I am known for bringing really smelly food with me.
Yeah.
Sold off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheese, chocolate, and lots of avocado with garlic.
Nice. That keeps the spirits away then.
Good.
So they say, but who knows? But yeah.
I'll tell you what, the best meal to have. The best meal to have before you do an investigation is spaghetti on toast.
Oh, dear.
Spaghetti on toast. Ready?
I have to live with this.
Okay.
It's not even Christmas cracker season yet.
Yeah, Phil could write them, couldn't he?
Oh no! Well, yeah, it could.
Yeah,
have.
it could.
Yeah, the cracker jokes. That was anything to go by it. Where is the location you've not done yet that you really want to? Start off with Dale.
Oh, America. I'd love to go to America. Anywhere in America. I'm not fussed, to be honest. Just anywhere over the water would be phenomenal. I think
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I think a future series should be held abroad, to be honest, over the water. There's so many places in the UK done, both as Are You Haunted and with public events.
Yeah, that's it.
It's hard to stay somewhere else in the UK. I think it's got to be abroad to do somewhere different, somewhere new.
Yeah. There you go then. Need a budget for that one.
Yeah.
Ben, anywhere you fancy doing?
I've not done any of the big ones because we obviously do all the quite like unknown locations, and a lot of the big ones I've not actually been to.
Oh,
I've not been to like Drakelow or anything like that.
Oh, it's so sad about Drakelow.
Mm.
It's not accessible. It's wide storage area. You can go on a tour, but you can't take photos or video. Nah, boring.
You've done galleries though, haven't you, Ben?
I think I did an event once.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Do you not
brilliant.
do Peterborough Museum either?
No.
Wow.
Oh, what was that one in Scotland you did? You
Lethal.
made like a episode out of it years ago.
Years ago.
In Scotland.
Was it Scotland? I don't know.
What, one of the haunted ruins?
Yeah, the one with Vince and Tim.
Oh, that was the castle.
That was Wales.
That was Carew Castle. That.
Carew, yeah, that one looked good.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
And then one as well that we did for that
Mm.
with the spiders.
Yeah, Dilston.
Oh my god, yeah, Dilston.
Dilston Castle, yeah.
Wow. Spiders, you love them, don't you, Jane?
I like spiders. I don't care. It's not me
I
that's
love them.
Oh, okay.
Sarah, on the other hand, is even worse.
Dale's worst.
Hate them
Oh,
with a passion.
wow.
I want to kill them, but Jane would rather kill me.
Yes.
Yeah, no, don't kill spiders.
No.
I'm
Absolutely
I'm
not. I
still
agree
horrified
there.
at the time. Still horrified at the time my dad dangled his torch over me with fungus spiders in the air.
That was really
Zombie
nice.
spiders.
Yeah,
Zombie
that was
spiders.
really
Spider.
Oh, blimey, bless you. Anyway, you'd like to go, Sarah?
Same as Dale. I'd love to get over to the States.
Yeah.
But saying that, there's a lot in Ireland that I'd like to do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place, isn't it? The castles.
It's a lot closer. A lot closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily accessible.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
And there's a lot in Scotland that I'd like to get up and do as well, which I think we probably will look to be doing in the next series as well. So
Yeah.
we're going to have to spread our wings a little bit, I think. You know, we've done a lot in the Midlands and easily accessible, but I think we're going to have to do some overnights and maybe just do a run and stay over and do a few in one stretch.
Yeah. I've just done a 2-week tour of Scotland. It's a beautiful, stunning place.
Mm.
It really is. Went to 1 or 2 locations, but didn't get to investigate properly. But yeah, awesome places. Jane, where would you like to go?
Definitely America,
Yeah.
without a doubt. But after reading up on Iceland, that's supposed to be quite haunted. Different areas of Iceland as well. So I'd like to have a look at that and see what there is over there.
Wow, that sounds cool, because we don't actually think of other countries that much, do we?
No.
You know, you think of the UK, you think of the US, but then you've got Europe, you've got chateaus in France and everything, haven't you?
Mm.
We could try and look for the ghost of Bjork's career.
God, no.
Bjork,
I've seen her on stage. She was amazing.
Oh yeah, she's good. I quite like it, to be fair.
neighbour.
It's a bit strange, but there you go.
Yeah. Just catch up. Got Cliff Jones, got what? Phil Newton. How you doing?
All right, Phil.
Say the infamous Phil Wyman. One Phil
Wow.
to the other, Mark Reynolds. Nat
Hello.
mentions the Mackies. Somebody who doesn't like spiders, we think.
Ugh. Yeah.
Well, I spent 10 years investigating. 2 experiences certainly convinced me that something's going on. Still the subject that will always bring skepticism unless you experience it firsthand. And that's the way it is, isn't it? You know, I don't like being told, oh, this exists, that exists. Well, if you can't actually prove it to yourself or have some indication, then that's it, isn't it?
It's proving it to others as well, unless they experience it. Because of the modern world now, it's difficult to believe what you actually experience.
Yeah, that's right. And that is the thing about paranormal. You know, you've got your own experiences. You can talk to like-minded people. They will believe you because they know that you say what you think happened. You know, as far as, you try and debunk everything and then something weird happens and you try and say what happened and give accounts of it. But then you mention it to someone else, go, yeah, okay, look her up. Because it's just bizarre, isn't it? Some of the experiences.
Mm.
Yeah.
So this brings us to Andy's question nicely. What's the weirdest experience you've had that couldn't be explained? Shall we start on Phil then this time?
I'll have to think about that. Go with Sarah.
There you go, Sarah.
Oh God, the weirdest. There's been a few. I mean, I can't just pinpoint one. There's been so many really, but if you're talking about actually seeing something, then I saw the man at RAF Holmpton, which is in Withensea, and this is going back years and years and years. It was when me and Jane were doing our little paranormal investigation group, and we were just in this. It's like an underground utility, a military utility, so it's like a bunker So from the outside, it just looks like a field with a bungalow on it. But when you go in, it's got these stairs that go down, and then this big long tunnel faces you, and it's just amazing, fabulous place. And this is like years ago, so it's before like you flash your phones with the cameras and everything on. I was just pointing a clip with a normal camera in the pitch black, and the flash lit the room up. And as it lit the room up, there was a man in the corner of the room, but he wasn't stood looking at me. He was like he was walking, so it was like a side profile that got of him. And my immediate response is to look down at the screen of the camera, and there was nothing on it. There's just obviously the photo of the room that I took, but he was a solid, and as you know, it was a person there in front of me. So I had that one, and then a second one.
Did you run? Did you run?
I didn't run. I just swore a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of swear words fell out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Sorry, but they did. But yeah, then the next one was Derby Royal Infirmary, when we had access to do Derby Royal Infirmary. And you know, in a hospital where you get these really long corridors and you've got the wards off each one. Well, we'd walked up this really long corridor, and this was a public event when we were running the public events. And the very top one was the children's ward. And we'd gone through the door, and the door had shut behind us. And then we realised that we couldn't get out because it was a children's ward, and it was secure with one of the combination locks, you know, when you put the code in. So I'm like, oh God, you know, I've got all these guests with me here, and I can't get back out when we finish the vigil. So I radioed down. We've got radios for the security that were on site in the building. So I'm stood just like by the door, looking down this black corridor in front of me, and it had got like this, you know, the windows in the door that have got like safety glass, which is like the grid. And I'm stood there on the radio trying to get this security guy. And as I'm stood, I look down, and then when I look back up, on the other side of the glass, there's a woman stood there on the other side of the glass right in front of me, and I just couldn't speak. I'm just like, I could describe her. I can see her now, and she'd like sort of shoulder length dark hair with a fringe, and I couldn't speak. And I literally grabbed my friend, it was Mandy at the time, and she was team leading, on her shoulders, and I pulled her so she was in front of the window, so she saw her as well. So it wasn't me, that's just that we both saw her. And crazy.
Yeah. So it's incredible when there's somebody else there to witness it. And I've had a couple of experiences once where I saw a dark mass sort of gain form more and sort of get darker, then it grew a face. Me and other girls saw it, and I screamed. I admit it. I screamed. I was surprised, you know.
At that point, I couldn't even speak. You know, when you're trying to get the words out, but you're just like, I was like, that's why I grabbed her shoulders and brought her so she could, without me actually saying anything, I just showed her what I could see.
Wow, that's incredible. So Dale?
I think the one that I always refer back to is Tutbury. Seeing that go out down in the grounds in Tutbury, I play it over and over again in my mind, and I cannot explain it at all. There was nobody else on site with us. There were 6 of us on site, us 5, and then Leslie at the castle. And there was only myself and Jane down at the gatehouse, and I saw this figure that I can't explain. But it's not just about seeing things, is it? It's about other experience. As Andy said, what's the weirdest experience you've had? We hear things. We sense things. It's like the audio we've picked up at places. RAF Bimbrook for one.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic audio from there. We've heard things, and we've heard things with our own ears. We've seen things, but we've also had audio on recorders that we've picked up afterwards. Things like that are such weird but phenomenal experiences that we've had. Definitely weird. So yeah, Tutbury and Bimbrook are 2 standout ones for me.
Yeah, been to Bimbrook, great place.
It's a brilliant place. It really is.
Yeah. What about you then, Ben?
I think one that I do kind of forget about that was very weird when I think about it in retrospect is in Park Hotel, me and my mum were upstairs, and we're kind of going down the hallway, going into different rooms. And as we went into this one room, it absolutely just stunk of like, I don't know, sour milk or something.
Milk, yeah.
It was awful. So we walked in this room, we both looked at each other and said, no thanks, and then we left. And as we left, the door closed behind us, and we didn't even like realise at first, but this door had closed. Neither of us had touched it. It's like something kind of just said, "Get out of this room. Don't go in here."
Oh, wow.
So in retrospect, that was a very weird one.
Yeah.
But then I've also had places like Haunted Antiques, where
Yeah.
I heard Dale scream that wasn't Dale. And
Yeah.
even Dale thinks it was him.
That one, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I saw that episode.
Yeah.
You had those
and then-
toys as well, didn't you? Was it a donkey or something?
Its head.
Yeah. There was 2 toys on a shelf, and I think twice one of them fell off the shelf and landed near me or on me. And there was a time where I walked from one doorway to the other, and as I walked out of one doorway, I looked at the toy and it was facing me, and I kept walking, and then I heard it turn, and I turned around and it was facing me again, like on the other side of the room.
Wow. Awesome.
That was a very weird one.
It was literally just following you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I actually heard it, you can hear something shuffle behind you. That's what I heard.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool.
Mm.
What about you then, Jane?
Well, I've had a couple of times at least now where I've seen figures with the private house. I can't remember where that was. When I was with Phil, and there was we turned round. We'd been messing about with the camera, and I went to turn, look through the doorway, and there's a guy stood there looking at me. So that was pretty freaky.
That was Living House.
Yeah, that's the one. Up in the northeast, at the it was the Steelworks Hospital.
Concept Steelworks Hospital.
Yeah.
Saw the figure there, and we'd later figured out that I think I saw something hanging, basically, a person hanging. That was really freaky. And then one that I've just been sat thinking about was up at Otterburn Tower, and I didn't hear it at the time. It was only when the episode had been edited and played back to me, when I was sat in the dining room, and something as clear as a bell is at the side of me, and it just goes like that. And that, it's only afterwards that was freaky.
Yeah.
That wasn't me, and there was no one else in that room with me. There was Dale in the next. But that was
me of the Smethwick one as well, with me, with a hiss.
Yeah, with a hiss.
Smethwick's a beautiful place. It's a shame that's gone as well.
Yeah, bonkers place that.
Yeah, that should have been listed.
Yeah.
You know, you had all the beams with all the writing on from the war and everything. It's just such a shame.
Amazing place, but we had some pretty freaky stuff going on down there as well. But I literally in one of the we set the hub with a CCTV up in just like in the middle of a tunnel, so you could like see down either way. And something hissed at me, and it was that loud. I generally thought somebody was just messing with me, trying to freak me out. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Do it again then. And then it did it again, and I'm like, and then it did it again, and I'm like, really sort of like, yeah, whatever. But my heart was pounding at the time, and I was trying to sort of like stay calm because I thought somebody just messing with me, but I wasn't. I was like proper freaking.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, when it is close, it can though, can't it?
Oh gosh.
You know, if you hear a tap right close to you, like, oh, you know, a bit too close, mate.
You had a bang there as well in that same place, didn't you? Quite a loud bang that was opposite you, like Smethwick, when you were sat there.
Me, yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. Yeah, I kind of swore at that when that happened. But I think one of the strangest things is when Ben and myself were in George Jarvis School.
I was just about to say this.
Yeah, and we were in the main hall bit when we were doing the CCTV hub, and we kept hearing all sorts of weird stuff going on. And then it sounded like footsteps, didn't it? Kind of, but
like
not adult footsteps. Yeah, and it sounded as though it came from our right, which would have been into another room with an outside door, which led obviously outside. Yeah. We couldn't work out what this was, and we were convinced that somebody was outside, and we went around armed with a pool cue to go see if there was anybody outside. There was nobody around at all. And then that's when we discovered, wasn't it? What, Dale?
I say we were that convinced that someone was out there.
Yeah,
and it was.
And we went round to the back where the external door leads from the hall to the outside, and we discovered a hopscotch grid square on the floor. And when we thought about it, it could have conceivably been like a child playing on the hopscotch grid, little footsteps dancing about, which is a bit weird.
Mm.
Cool.
But
What
not as
about the
weird as
thing you saw in the ceiling as
I was just
well?
about to say that. Not as weird as
Yeah.
the alien.
That's intriguing, the alien one.
That was weird.
Mm.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's just
Go on,
fascinating.
Jane.
We even asked Nat afterwards, didn't we? Because I was just that convinced. And we'd gone into this room, and I'd looked up. And there's a hole in the ceiling, and I saw this like a face looking down at me. And I'm looking up at it and thinking, no, am I imagining that? To the point I actually went away and got Dale and went, come on, Dale, can I just borrow you? Am I actually seeing this? He looked up as well, and then it looked down at us and like moved like that and disappeared, and we were all like, oh. I swear, it looked like an alien grey.
Yeah, and we didn't have any cameras or anything, did we? We were just setting up. And we got lost as such. We were in such a panic.
That's because we ran.
Legged it. We didn't know we were legging it too. It was horrible.
Did you follow the signs that say probing this way?
So did he go towards it or against it? I'm not sure.
Dale would have run towards it, I think.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
That was bizarre. They came downstairs. We were just filming your piece of camera, weren't we, Sarah?
Mm.
And they came downstairs. It was like so shocked. It was unreal. I was like, what's going on here?
And you've got that T-shirt on with the alien grey on it, haven't you? It was like, what did it look like? And they're like, it looked like that.
You like that on your T-shirt. And alien grey scared the crap out of me for some reason. I don't know why. So it was a bit. I was like, I'm not going upstairs. Forget that. But actually, when we did go up there, obviously we're not saying it was an alien grey. We don't know what it was. It could have been a big owl or something.
No, heard it.
Yeah,
Jane will know what an owl looks like, won't
yeah, but I have to admit, when we went up there later, we were all so freaky. We were so freaking scared about what we thought we might experience, and the atmosphere was really weird as well.
It was. It was so different in that building that night. It was.
Yeah.
Really.
In fact, I was so worried about this thing. And it was starting to play on my mind, and it just made me uncomfortable to the point where I was like, "Come on, we're going to have to go. Let's go out of here." And I think did we end the evening at that point? Because it was one of the last vigils we did, didn't it, on the upper floor?
Yeah.
Weird.
But we didn't split up all night as much as we normally do. We sort of stuck together more. So.
Yeah, but something like that wouldn't it? Because it's too random, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very, very random.
It's really bizarre.
Oh wow!
Strange night.
So we've got this question, which kind of you've sort of answered, haven't you, in some ways? But is there anywhere else you wouldn't want to go in?
Where have any of you actually said, I don't like it here, I'm not going in? Oof. Oh.
There's a venue that is in series 4 that we're editing, and it's not. We didn't say we're not going in. We actually went in. This was Dale and myself, and I think we were there for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or something like that. And something that happened to Dale stuff kept happening that it kept freaking him out, and then something kind of major upset him, and he got really upset and nervous, and he said, "I can't stay in here." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you want us to go out?" And he was like, "Yeah, we need to get out." And so we left.
Yeah, it was a really, really horrible feeling. I've never felt anything like it before. And you'll see it when it's broadcast. You'll see the reaction that I had, and it was genuine. It was pure fear that there was something there, and I couldn't stay there.
It was one of those situations where, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have done paranormal investigations in the past. It's one of those situations where one person has experienced something or experiencing something, but the person that's with them, so i.e. me, I'm like, what's going on? Because although I can hear little bits and pieces, whatever Dale was experiencing seemed to be a lot more major than that. And he was just like, And I was kind of like bizarre that he was affected. And I actually said to him, Dale, what's going on? What's happening? Because
Yeah,
I
it
couldn't.
didn't affect you at all, really, did it?
We say again.
It didn't affect you at all, really,
No,
did it?
not really. Apart from when he
Actually-
freaked out, and I was like, something's not right here then. So
No, it wasn't nice.
yeah.
That's like the bottom of Bishop, isn't it?
I was going to say, Bishton is just the place, isn't it? Yeah, we didn't like that basement area.
Well, you saw something behind me, and you're going, let's go now, Jane. And I'm like, oh my word, what are you seeing?
I didn't want to freak her out, but I'd seen like a shadow behind her, and I'm just like, yeah, I think we're going to leave now. And she's like, what? And I'm like, no, just come on. I'm just trying to get out of there
that's the point. And then that noise, like a foot on gravel or loose rock or something makes a noise when you stand on it. That's what we kept hearing outside the door of those shower room. Do you remember?
Oh, it's freaky down there.
Yeah, really freaky.
And it's like somebody was like, the gravel's like, it's like, what the hell? Like somebody stood outside the door in the passageway.
Yeah, and
weird.
And I know one place.
Nobody there.
Yeah.
For you, Ben, was the theatre that we did with like 5 Nights at Freddy's in there, wasn't it? With a play area, and you went in on your own.
Oh God, it was great there, wasn't it?
I would have said more Binbrook, if you remember. I didn't want to go in that back area.
Yeah, age, yeah.
Oh God, no, yeah, you didn't like it there.
No, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it felt like there was something bad there. And I was with you at the time, and I said I don't want to go back in there. And we brought everyone else down, and we all kind of sat in there. And it got a bit weird, didn't it?
Brimbrook was
at the
weird.
end of the night.
Brimbrook was so weird.
Has that got a cellar? Has that got a cellar?
No, it's got like
it has a really small one.
It's got
downstairs into something.
There's a stage, isn't there? So and down the back of the stage and kind of at a lower level, I think. Is it a lower level? It's
it's just
there is a cellar by where we had the hub, if you remember.
Yeah, it was only a little one though.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was in there.
So it's where all the dressing rooms are and changing rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Weird.
Those
voices that we got on audio are just so. I cannot.
That is weird,
to this day fathom that out.
American voices that we got
Honestly,
on the Zoom recorders, as clear as day, as clear as anything. An American woman.
Yeah, you've got these Scottish voices, right? This is what we captured on the Zoom recorder. You got these Scottish voices, two Scottish people. Can't understand exactly what they're saying, but you can tell it's a Scottish accent talking. And then you've got this American woman coming over on the audio recorder saying, "All right, ladies and gentlemen." And it's like, what the hell? Where the hell does that come from?
Really strange, and like a radio frequency. But where would it have come from? Because we were using the Zoom recorders. They're not any like spirit boxes or anything. Obviously, we don't use things like that either.
And we didn't hear a thing at the time because we were around that area. A couple of us were around that area at the time it was recorded. Wow. And we didn't hear a sausage.
Fascinating.
Not the sausage.
It's just amazing. Just when they're cooking. Turn the heat up enough, yeah.
What are you talking?
Yeah, sausages. I won't say that.
That's part of my diet, Mark, if you're interested.
Well, if Mark's watching, he should be at work because he's actually in New Zealand. So he
that's the place actually. New Zealand. Be good to go there. We watched the Ghost Hunt program that used to be from New Zealand, and they did some good places.
Ghost Hunt, New Zealand. That's one of our favourite shows.
Have you watched that one, Jacqueline?
No, not seen.
Oh, you're making a treat.
Things with the cameras on.
Yeah, it's an old show.
It's about 2003.
It's good.
Okay.
And it's called. They did one series. It's called Ghost Hunt, and it's based in New Zealand. And there's 4 of them. No, 3 of them.
3 of them.
3 of them. And it's really good.
So basically, one stays outside, doesn't he, in the van, and then the other 2 go in, but they have like cameras on the face and then a camera looking forward, so they go off on their own, and he's monitoring it from the van and outside.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, some of the venues there that they've done are really, really cool.
Really good, yeah.
Wicked.
That's brilliant. I've got this question then from Mark. Wayne Morris. What are the team's thoughts on the Enfield poltergeist case?
Oh, we watched that. We watched that Apple TV production. I enjoyed it. I did.
I didn't watch it all. You watched it all, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a fan on the Enfield poltergeist case, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everything that happened and was recorded was possible paranormal activity, but I think quite a lot of weird stuff went off there. But I mean, I just love Maurice Grosse and Guyline Playfair anyway. They're really really cool people to get into and read up on and stuff like that. But yeah, there's some weird stuff, and I think a lot of it was genuine. I'm not saying everything was, but yeah. But the Apple production was really good. The Apple TV production with all the because they used actors who were lip synced to the actual recordings that Maurice Grosse recorded.
Right.
Oh, brilliant.
It's very clever how they've
It's
done
really
it.
clever. Mm.
Oh, that's smart. What do you think, Dale? Did you got any opinion on Enfield?
Very similar to what Phil says. There's so much that has been reported that was reported from there. Some of it, from what I've seen, I've not seen the Apple TV thing. I've seen little bits of things. I've read up little bits about it. There's something I remember about it. Some photos that a Daily Mirror reporter took. I think it was a lock camera. He took photos in the girl's bedroom, and the photos show her levitating, but there was no proof of it. She could have been quite easily jumping off the bed. It's like that.
And that's where you need to watch it, because he explains that, and he explains that the difference in the timing is because it was a sequence of photos, and the distance of the timing. He said that she couldn't have got up out of the bed and jumped in midair without him capturing her moving out of the bed.
Right. See, I didn't know that. I've just seen the photo.
Yeah, make of that what you will, like. So.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of things there that can be. What's the word? I can't think of the word.
Attributed.
Yeah. It's the way people look at the evidence. Some people will say one thing, some people will say.
Oh, you mean subjective?
Yeah, it is very subjective, definitely.
I put my dictionary away.
Thanks.
Can you actually do an episode without laughing all the time?
No.
The chemistry amongst you all. Like, how often do you sort of go in somewhere and that's it? You just crack up laughing.
Oh,
You lose about half an hour.
all the time.
Especially
My dad mainly.
and things like
It's me and Ben. I'm surprised we didn't actually get banned from doing videos together. To be fair,
I know them two together. Honestly, I'll be editing the footage back, and they'll be just in fits, and they'll be saying, "Oh, you know, your mum's going to kill you. She's going to kill us. Like, we're acting like this, and we've got to be serious now." But then they just like have these giggle fits over and over again. Honestly, you'll see that actually in an episode coming up.
Oh, that's
what was it, Ben? It was a bell with sticks on. No, stick my bells on. No, bell with sticks on. Stick my bells on. I couldn't remember what it was called. It's actually a rattle. But I just said there's this. I said there's this toy thingy with jig. There's this toy bus. There's this toy zebra, and I went and this stick with
toy
bells
car
on.
and it was a bus, and then you said a toy zebra and it was a horse or something.
yeah.
It was a zebra.
Yeah.
It just took me about 7 attempts to get that out. We just started laughing our heads off at it. Properly.
It's the worst when you've got the camera on you as well, because once you start giggling, you can't stop either.
You know what it's like when you're trying to stifle a laugh because everybody else is like investigating and you're trying to be really quiet. It just makes it worse because you just come to the stage where you just at some point it just all comes out. It's like, yeah, terrible.
Oh wow! I've got a question for Dale here.
Oh, okay.
Ollerton Hall is being done up. Oh, I didn't know that one. Which means maybe it'd be safe then to go into.
No, I've approached them previously, Jay. Unfortunately, it's owned by the council, and they just won't allow any access, which is a real shame because it's a phenomenal building. It's an old, I think it's 17th or 18th century manor house, and it's gorgeous, but it has fallen into disrepair. But no, I have approached them a couple of years ago. It was, but no, the council weren't interested at all. Unfortunately, now it might have changed. Now we might be able to get access to it. It's worth something. It's worth looking at.
The councils change a lot, so yeah, it's always worth keeping a go. But yeah, I just yeah. I get a few watching, which is lovely. So I did get a question like Andy Linden said, how did you get into TV appearances then? So that'd be Phil, won't it?
I applied to be considered for a show called Scream Team back in 2002, and I got invited to London to do a couple of kind of audition sessions, if you like. And out of about 1,500 people that applied, I got chosen to be one of the 3 guys for the Scream Team series. Wow. And that's how I got into TV, and then the rest is history, as it were. So that's when I got invited to do the Most Haunted Paranormal Investigator gig from there. So, but yeah, it's I just thought that sounds really ace. Traveling around the UK, looking at some weird stuff and reporting on ghosts and occurrences, occult occurrences and stuff. So I applied, and then and it's a really strange twist of fate, really, because I was accepted by the people. It was like on the very last day that they were accepting applications, and I got accepted. And then for some reason, somebody came along and put my photo and application on the dismiss list. But the person that had accepted me to come down for the auditions saw it when she walked past the desk and took it off and said, "This should be on the applications for acceptance." So that was quite lucky. I got put back on the acceptance list and then got asked to go down to London to audition. So yeah, if she'd not walked past it the second time, I would have been no thanks. So none of this would be happening.
Wow,
sorry about that.
Incredible. Yeah, it's weird how things happen. You know, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. So Andy Tom's got a good question then. So do any of you have a favourite spirit that you've come across at one or more locations?
The one at Old Hall was very fun.
What?
The Old Hall?
Yeah, I wrote the Old Hall. It was very fun.
Yeah. This is nothing to do with the series or the filming or anything. I sound like a Dalek or something. But we rented a house. It's a former 16th century hall, and part of the reason for me and Sarah renting it is because it was supposed to be haunted. So we thought, oh, this would be interesting, and we had some really weird. Rather Sarah and Ben had some really weird experiences. Absolutely strange. So, and there were things that happened on a regular basis there. I think Ben was about 10 when he at the time.
Was I even 10? I don't know.
Yeah, probably about 10 to that. So,
go on, Ben. Tell them what happened.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, the reason I think that I like it is because when we were moving out, we kept hearing, like, me and my mum were there packing boxes in whatever rooms, and my dad was, I don't know, elsewhere. And we kept hearing each other shouting at each other. And we were like, what? And then we didn't. And that kind of made me think that the ghost was playing with us almost. And, like, didn't want us to leave almost.
What about the time when the first thing you experienced when you were in your bed?
Yeah, that's when I was I had a bunk bed, but it wasn't. It was like
a cabin bed, I think it's called.
Yeah, just a top bunk and then shelves underneath. So I was like raised in the air, probably about the same height as my mum. And I was laid in bed one night, and I think you'd just been on a ghost on like that week or something. And I was just laid in bed and had my eyes closed, about to nod off to sleep, and I hear some breathing. And I'm like, am I being daft? Is that me breathing? And it's like this really deep, like, breaths, like right next to my bed, like maybe inches away from my face, and I'm thinking, there's no way that's me. So I hold my breath, and it keeps going, and I'm like, hold on a minute. So I shout for my mum to come in, and I'm like,
Somebody breathing.
But then you also saw something go into my room, didn't you?
Yeah. And this was during the day as well. It was like,
That was probably one of the first weeks we were there, wasn't it?
yeah, I was coming out of our room, which the door of our room was like directly opposite Ben's door into his room. And I came out, and just as I looked forward, something black whipped round the bottom of the door like a cloak or a dress or something, just sort of whipped as if somebody had walked in there. And I thought, because we got a black cat, did we have a black cat at that point? I can't remember. Yeah, so I thought, is it one of the cats or a dog that's just gone in there? And I went in and looked, but there was nobody in there, no animals in there. So don't know what that was. Pretty freaky.
Yeah, but by the time I came home, me and Ben came home, and you were stood on the patio outside.
Yeah, it was in an evening, and it was just sort of getting dusk, so it was getting dark, and I was in the big main hall, which was a massive room, huge room, and it had got this big cream carpet, and myself and Phil had got both of our desks in that room. He'd got that one corner, and I'd got the other. And I'd finished doing whatever I was doing on the computer, and I was walking back into the kitchen area. And then I got in there, and I realised I'd left my phone on my desk. So I went back in there, and at this time it was light enough to see, but it was dark in there, if that makes sense. But because the carpet was light coloured, I just went down, grabbed my phone as I turned around to come out, and against the cream carpet there was just a black figure. Wow. And I thought, okay, I'm going out now. And I just kind of stood outside and waited on the patio for him to come back. I thought, I'm not going back in there. It's different, isn't it? It's different when it's somewhere that you live.
It is, yeah.
Rather than you, I mean, obviously we do this like all the time, and we've been to thousands of places, but when you live there, it's just, that's a whole new level. I didn't want to be in there on my own.
I had something get really close to me, and so much so I could hardly walk. It just appeared. There's a longer story than that. And I got my EDI out and put it on my bed, and something was tapping on my bed. That tripped me up.
Yeah.
It's like,
you think that you can bring things home with you then? That's always a question that we get. What do you think, Jacqueline? Do you think you can bring spirits home?
I have. Yeah. I believe I've had attachments as well. I've felt really drained for 2 to 3 weeks, and then you think, well, why am I so tired? And I don't know, you're just tired, but you continuously, and then it's like, oh god, it's like everything's fuzzy as well. And it's like you're making an extra effort just to do everything, like walk and everything. And I think once I did go to a doctor's because I just felt that shocking, you know. He said it was the menopause. But then, you know, it's like, you know, like really, you know, but, you know, I salt bath and everything, it did, all of a sudden I felt a lot better. But yeah, what does everyone else think, Dale?
We're only here till 9:30. Get on with it.
That, to be honest, I've never had anything attached to me. I think I've got a spirit at home. I don't hear it so much now, but I used to. I've never had anything attached to me, put it that way.
Yeah. Ben?
I don't know, to be honest. I suppose I could blame my teenage angst on that. Said it was a ghost that was possessing me and making me very moody. But I don't really know, to be honest.
I don't cook the mustard, Ben.
That'd be a damn good excuse, though, wouldn't it?
Not in our house.
You and your ghost go upstairs.
Yeah. Go upstairs to your room and take your friend with you. Yeah.
What about you then, Jane?
Well, I've never had anything come home with me, follow me home, anything like that I'm aware of.
What about ghosts?
I knew you were going to separate. I just knew you were going to separate.
That one, a bit lady now. I don't know if you say to yourself, that's not going to happen to me, that you can stop it happening. I don't know. Stop laughing.
Oh my God, I've done it.
But yeah, it's never happened to me. So, as an individual, no. I believe it's happened.
Not yet.
I've got a question about demons then. What do you think about demons? Do you believe in them? Hey, come on. We've had the breakfast one. We've got an orb question as well.
Oh dear.
Go on, Phil.
No, I don't. I don't believe in demons as in portrayed in the good book, the Bible. I kind of understand that if there are spirits and ghosts, then you've probably got the same kind of characteristics that some possessed when they were alive. They could be moody, meanie sons of bitches, but I don't believe the demonic. So yeah, but I think it's interesting that a lot of this demonic and demon kind of craziness has come over from America. No disrespect to Americans, but it seems to be that a lot of their programs are fixed on having a kind of demonic entity involved with the shows.
It's because they're very religious, isn't it?
Yeah, they are. They're a lot more religious than hi, Mickey, and they're a lot more kind of religious than the general population of the UK.
Yeah.
So if you are of a religious standing and you do kind of believe in the Bible and God and everything, then you probably are going to think demons do exist.
That's it. It's a belief system, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, and that's entirely up to you. But if the question is put to me, then I don't believe they exist. But then that's my prerogative.
In life, there's good and evil, isn't there? There's good people, there's bad people. You've got, for example, we were watching the Yorkshire Ripper thing, and for somebody to, like, as a human being, to actually want to go out and prey on people and do what he did to people, that, in my eyes, that's evil. That's an evil person that would do that. So if you can sort of perceive it in that sense, then but not a demon, but that's an evil person. Do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Can't hear you, Dale.
It doesn't make him a demon because he's evil, does it?
No.
Well,
Not in the sense of the Bible. Sorry, Jane.
The same demons never been. It's a natural creature, if you like, isn't it? If it's
I just find it incredibly sad that you can see now this influence of demonic and demon situation slowly making its way into British shows. And I think that is bang out of order, because to me, they've just seen, whoever's creating the shows, they've just seen that, wow, this is really, a way to get a lot of people watching the show. Let's do something crazy. Let's throw somebody across the room and say it was a demon. Let's do this and say it was a demon. And it just winds me up. It really does. And it's sad to see that that's happening.
Let's put it this way, if you actually 100% believe that this house or this location that you are going into has got a demon in there that can do these things, would you just go in?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Would you though, really? If an actual demon that could go in and literally, like, I don't know, what extent could it go to? What could it do to you?
Read the Bible.
I did.
Would you go in? If you can say to somebody, okay, if there's a house there and it's got this extremely evil spirit in there, a dark entity, would you go in?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm intrigued.
I wouldn't, and that I think that's for me. I see it as a challenge, but I think it's the way that the word is perceived, and I think that's what the
put it this way.
in that sense.
I think what the gist of Sarah is trying to say is, if you take a demon as in it's depicted in the Bible, or it's portrayed in the Bible with all the things that it can supposedly do, would you just go into a house with that entity in there that can do this and it can do that and can turn you into a pile of ash at the wave of a hand, or you know what I mean, or send you to the lowest bowels of hell at just like click of the fingers? You wouldn't go in there, would you? So it's just, why would you? But the people go in because they don't exist as such.
And it gets put like,
they use it a lot to sell, they use it as a hashtag, don't they? A lot of, they use it as the word on YouTube to get people watching, and like,
it is. It's like
OMG, or
the more evil something is, then the more people are going to watch it because they're going to think it's going to be more scary, and people like to be scared. That's why horror industry does so well. People would rather watch that than if there's a happy or playful spirit, for instance. And I get that. I do understand that, but it's the way it's just perceived. I think that's my viewpoint.
Yeah, that's it. Sort of used, it is mentioned a lot, isn't it? And over mentioned on a lot of things, it seems.
Wise, Mark. Wise move.
Wise move.
Oh dear. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Nigel says there's a lot of gullible people out there, and that's it.
Yeah, but don't forget this. I mean, by all means, believe in what you want to believe, but do it sensibly.
She'll kill you.
Not you, Phil Newton.
All right. I told us possessed by a demon.
And you spelled it wrong.
Oh, way. It's just it. But paranormal, it's just so fascinating, isn't it? Really.
It is, and it's a big subject for a lot of debates and a lot of different opinions. But like I say, by all means, believe in what you want to believe, but don't kind of come around with the demon stuff and ask me about it, because you won't like what I say.
Well, everybody's entitled to an opinion, and that's if you respect
it at each other.
Yeah, it's like, and the thing I fall back on, right, is I've been doing this since I was 16, and that is since 16 actively putting myself in venues that are supposedly haunted, right?
Yeah.
So you can imagine I'm 52 now, so you can imagine how many locations I've been to, right? And not once have I experienced anything that I would class as demonic. Not once. Yeah, these people that go on these shows or do this, that, and the other, all of a sudden, every bloody place they go, it's got Zozo or the other Pazuzu or whatever it is, waiting on the door saying, "Yeah, come on in."
Yeah, I've had Zozo on the board. The spirit taking the pee.
Yeah.
You get that, don't you? Like, if somebody's recently passed, you get a board out, they join in and do Zozo just to like wound you up a bit. It's funny.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Yeah, it was, because you just like, whatever, mate.
What's that on your t-shirt, Phil? Is it a demon?
No, it's a werewolf. There's a difference.
Hasn't got red eyes.
There's one. Do you believe in werewolves?
I used to, but I don't believe them now.
Oh God, mate. Another cracker question.
Yeah, you caught down the thunder.
I've got a question then from Lynn Peters.
Exactly, Andy. Sorry.
You've met some amazing people along your journey. Who is still on your list to meet? And what location would you like to investigate with them?
I would have. This is about who
can be dead or alive. Really,
I was going to say I would love to investigate with Maurice Grosse or Guy Lyon Playfair or Harry Price. That kind of thing. That's just me. I'm kind of old school, and I know Harry Price is kind of divides opinion, but he's got a lot to. We've got a lot to thank for the way he improved the methodology of investigating. If that makes sense.
He is the original paranormal investigator, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's
In basic terms, he is that.
Best of both worlds there, demonic werewolf.
It's funny, isn't it?
What about anybody else? What was the question?
If you could investigate anybody, where would you investigate?
Bally Rectory with Harry Price, that'd do me.
Bally Rectory, yeah.
What a location.
Yeah, I think probably that's a good answer. Yeah, I'll go with that as well.
Any different from that?
No.
Same as that. Bally Rectory with Harry Price.
Yeah.
Thanks, David.
That's a good question. So we've got. Do the team think there may be a link between paranormal activity and quantum physics?
Oh, this is one for Jane.
Yeah, Jane's on there.
Well, quantum physics obviously is the physics of the unbelievable or impossible, which proves that the impossible isn't impossible, it's possible. So definitely, because you've got all your things like your time slips, parallel universes, all things like that. I mean, we don't know what we are seeing when we're doing a paranormal investigation. I was seeing one of those things. So definitely, I think it's all linked and to do with mediumship and psychic ability. Is that all from a different dimension as well? So definitely, I think the more research into it, the better. I don't think there's enough being done by serious scientists to look at these things. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. It is so complex, isn't it? The whole paranormal thing.
Well, it is, and the side of things is very complex. So yeah, but I think there's a lot to do with physics.
What do you think, Wayne? There's a question.
Yeah, Wayne.
Turn the tables around.
Yeah, he'll have to type it in.
And quick, because it's only 10 minutes.
Any idea, Wayne?
Come on, Wayne.
Wayne, you've got us on tenterhooks now.
Ask another one while he's typing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they've answered.
He said, yeah.
Has he answered, has he?
Yeah. He's put, yes, I've studied and found that there's a lot of links.
There you go.
Oh.
There we go. Straight from the horse's mouth.
That's cool.
And Mark's right as well. Science doesn't like being proved wrong quite often at the moment with anything.
Yeah. It is. So you've had. Oh, here we go again, Wayne Morris. This is really lost me, I think. Quantum tunneling for one. That particles can appear out of nowhere.
Mm.
You have to take your word for that, Wayne, because it's not something that I kind of
yeah. Jane, you get that.
Gem up on.
Yeah. It's complex, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something anyway. I'll admit that one. Elliot, Jane should check out the Gateway Process, an American CIA research project.
I shall. No, I've not heard of that one. I'll have a look.
And Nigel Wood. Has anybody in the team ever used a genuine Frank's box? No.
I don't think we have, actually.
Not a genuine one, no.
No. Have you, Nigel? And did you get anything interesting?
We were talking about these the other day, weren't we? And I said that the best one that I found, or the one that I used to like, was the Radio Shack, which was the hacked radio. I used to like them the best.
Can't buy them now.
Right.
Yeah.
Not unless you've got loads of money.
Oh wow. Yeah. So if you don't tend to use any sort of kit or gadget, obviously you use voice recorders, you use cameras. Is there anything that potentially you would use?
No, not anymore.
No.
Not the gadgety stuff as such. We have got thermal imager, and we use like a laser grid as well.
Yeah.
But not the sort of like ghost hunting equipment, if you like.
Yeah, not standard.
We tend to stick to stuff that does what it says on the tin. And by that, I mean the thermal imager, for instance. It's there to detect and give us a visual indication of temperature differentials in a visual form.
It's science.
And that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah? It's like a thermometer. It gives you the temperature of something because that's what it's meant to do. So you can, if it gives you a temperature of something, you can take that as that's what it's designed for. A lot of the pseudo-sciencey gadgets out there, well, I'd say most, in fact, I'd say all of the pseudo-sciencey gadgets out there are, how have you built it for a start? Because you've got no measurements, you've got no data to build anything that can help you with the detection of a spirit or ghost, because we've got none of those measurements and data from an actual ghost to make the equipment with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So how can you create something to help you in the detection of a ghost? Audio recorders, they do what they say on the tin.
That's
they
right.
record audio. That's it. And that's why we use stuff like that. We use stuff that does what it's designed to do.
Yeah, get you.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, it is a complex thing, and I just find I have too many bits and pieces, take them with me and don't actually use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the things I should be using, like a camera, I don't.
Yeah. But again, I mean, that's everybody's got their own opinions on that stuff. But we just kind of look at it from that.
That's right.
I mean, it's like when Sarah and me and Sarah and the rest of the guys used to do the public ghost hunt events. As Sarah would say, we hand out kits at the beginning of the night, and we normally get about 4 vigils in. By the end of the second vigil, all the equipment was still left on the table for the next vigil because they'd just decided they don't want to use it and they'd rather rely on their own experiences and their own senses.
Yeah.
And that's the way really it should be, because if we look at it, the majority of paranormal experiences that people have, incidents that they've experienced of probable ghosts and stuff like that, they're not walking around with kit. They're not walking around with an EMF meter. They're not walking around with a gobbledygook box or whatever you want to call them nowadays. They're just doing stuff like hanging out the washing, or walking around a museum, or walking around the castle, just admiring the castle and the history there. And that's when they experience stuff.
Yeah.
And that far outweighs the number of incidents reported as opposed to the number of incidents reported with kit.
Yeah.
So,
and this is the thing as well, and we always talk about the kit. We always seem to have this conversation about it because obviously we don't use it, but to witness something with your own eyes and your own ears, that what you've witnessed is real. If it comes to a gadget, how do you know it's real?
That's right.
And the massive, one of the major gadgets I have issues with is the Ovilus.
Yeah.
Because who's not to say that has not been pre-programmed to come out with something every so often to do with people? Obviously, they know that people are going to be using it in a supposed haunted location. So how do we know that that's not got a data bank that every so often is programmed to throw out something?
Yeah.
You don't know that because you've not actually made the piece of kit. Somebody else has made the kit and taken your money for it.
Yeah. Especially if you've got a location on it as well. If it's got any internet sort of location it picks up.
I don't know. I'm just very cynical about stuff like that.
Yeah, I sort of question everything, and you've got to, and that's that. But I find that sometimes you might have the kit going off, making a noise, and you will be missing the taps, the bangs, and the voices, won't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what you say all the time, isn't it, Sarah?
Yeah.
Well, let's say a K2, while you're looking at that for the lights to go off, you're not looking around for a shadow going past the door or anything like that. That's the thing, isn't it?
All right, Ben.
I got a message in my phone vibrated.
One of our favourite films, right, is a film called one of my favourite films is the film called The Legend of Hell House by Richard Matheson. Right. Yeah, and in the film, there's a section where obviously the house that they're investigating is supposed to be haunted. It's supposed to be by the spirits of this person called Emmerich Belasco, right? And at one point in the film, they're drawn to this old record on a gramophone that started up, and Roddy McDowall's character he plays one of the main characters, Benjamin Fisher, and one of the other characters says, he basically says, how do you know that Emmerich Belasco's spirit didn't walk right past us because our attention was on this? So that's kind of, you focus on something, you miss what's going on. Do you get me? So,
yeah, totally. I've got a good comment here. Nigel asked bit. Oh,
it's gone.
Yeah, it's me clicking. Too much. I asked Bill how I could test the Ovilus if it's calibrated correctly. Never got a reply. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Chappell is the one that came up with I think he came up with the Ovilus. So, I mean, why would you not submit it to tests of that nature if
That's right.
I'm not saying there's anything to hide, but why would you not submit it to tests under test conditions?
Yeah, that's it. But I want to thank you all anyway. We've come to the end of it already, which is a shame. Could carry on chatting for ages, but thanks so much for your time. So we'll see you on Pluto TV. You're on YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to access Pluto. Just go on to Google, basically, and then you can get it on your TV as well if you,
and your phones.
Yeah, and your phones. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
smart TVs.
Yeah. So look out for Are You Haunted, and you have a new series coming out very soon. And check out the Are You Haunted group as well on Facebook. Anywhere else? Are you on Instagram or anything?
Yeah, we're on everything really. We are on TikTok, which I've not done an awful lot with it lately because I've been busy with the edit. But there are bits on there that you can kind of see little snippets of what we get up to. We're on Instagram. We are obviously Facebook, and we are on Twitter as well, as it was. It's now X, formerly known as Twitter.
That does my head in. X, formerly known as Twitter. Thanks, Elon.
Yeah, I call it Twitter. It's just.
But thank you everybody for tuning in and watching, and thank you most of all, Jacqueline, for having us on again and putting up with that chaos.
Thank you, and good luck with the series, and take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your questions. I tried to hit as many as I could, but cheers and take care.
Thanks to everybody who took part.
Bye, everyone.